This is Neil Ratner, Rock Doc, here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock, with support from Transcend Dental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcend Dental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road, on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. Van Morrison turns 79 years old today. Morrison defines himself as a soul singer, even though over the years, Van has recorded songs from a variety of genres, and although Morrison has written hundreds of songs, songwriting was always secondary to his career as a singer.
I was a singer first, and in the early days, I'd only written a few songs. I mean, half a dozen songs.
Yeah.
And so by the time I went, like, my solo career with Bert Burns on Bang Records, then there was this emphasis more on writing one's own material, because that's what was happening then.
What was the agenda behind that, do you think?
Because everybody was doing it.
Right, yeah.
You know, we were talking about the 60s, the mid-60s, late 60s.
Yeah.
It was like, so the record companies were now thinking,
Ka-ching.
oh, well, everybody has to, because if we get the publishing, you see, then, you know, write your own material. That was the angle, their angle.
Yeah.
So that was the flavor of the day then.
And how does your approach change then?
So, but the thing is, I never lost the thing that I'm a singer.
Because that's what I mean.
So even when I'm performing or doing my own songs, I'm doing my own songs as a singer, singing, you know, words that I wrote. But it's the same approach as if I do anybody's song. I'm a singer first.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that.
And then what happened in the 60s was that was turned upside down, right? By, oh, these guys are songwriters, but they sing. So people were getting all this, because like they do with everything, they reversed it, right? So actually, there are people that write songs that may or may not sing, but they were calling them singer-songwriters, which is totally wrong.
After recording his second album, Astral Weeks, Morrison moved with his wife Janet Planet to a home in the Catskills near Woodstock and began writing songs for his next album, Moondance. Van was influenced by Bob Dylan, and according to Janet, Van fully intended to become Dylan's best friend. Every time we'd drive past Dylan's house, Van would just stare wistfully out the window at the gravel road leading to Dylan's place. He thought Dylan was the only contemporary worthy of his attention. The musicians who went on to record Moondance were recruited from Woodstock, and the album was an immediate critical and commercial success, with tracks like Caravan and Into the Mystic becoming FM radio staples. The title track from the album was not originally released as a single. According to pianist Jeff Labys, I remember Moondance itself was a big question mark. It was jazzy and didn't seem to belong to the pack. The first time we recorded it, it came out really well, but Van thought there must be a catch. So he did it about a dozen times and ended up going back to the first one. He liked to sing live along with the track because Sinatra did that. He was looking for the magic. Okay, let's listen. Van Morrison and Moondance.